AI agents have finally come to UGC ads, and they're already changing the entire game. You can now generate hundreds of high converting ads in minutes completely on autopilot. And the craziest part is that most people still have no idea this is even possible. So if you've been stuck spending hours producing creatives, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up the AI agent that does the whole process for you. But for this, you first need to make sure you're using the right tools, because if you don't, not even the best workflow will get you results. So the two tools that make this workflow possible are Claude Cowork and Arcads. Cowork is an AI agent that can actually do tasks on your computer. It can access files, call external APIs, and run multi-step workflows entirely on its own. So instead of you moving every result from one tool to the next manually, Cowork handles all that by itself. Now Arcads is where all the video generation happens. It gives Claude full access to generating. And the reason you need this one is because it puts the best AI video models like Seedance 2.0, Kling, and Google Veo all behind a single API. What this means is that Cowork can generate everything in one single step instead of connecting it to 5 different platforms. So if you want to follow along with the tutorial, I'll leave links to both of them in the description below. Alright, so let's actually go and set up both of these. First, it's Claude. For this, click the link in the description and create an account if you don't have one yet. Go to the subscriptions and select the Pro one. You can also choose the Max plan if you want more usage, but honestly, the Pro version gives you enough credits for what we're building right now. Once that's done, you'll also need to download the desktop app, which you can find here. Install it, and inside you'll see 3 different tabs: Chat, Cowork, and Code. For our workflow, we're going to be using Cowork, but before that, there's one setting you need to turn on. If you go to Settings in general, you'll find an option called Browser Use. Make sure that's on because this is what allows Cowork to open websites and interact with Arcads directly. Without it, the agent can't reach outside your machine and the automation won't work. Now you also need an Anthropic API key. This is what your AI agent uses to actually run tasks in the background. So head to console.anthropic.com, click Get API Key, and create a new one. You can name it however you want, but when it shows up, copy it and store it somewhere safe. Then go to billing and add anywhere between $10 and $20 in credits. This is usually more than enough for a full month of running the workflow. Once we get all of these for Claude, it's time to set up Arcads. For this, click the link in the description, which will take you to the subscription section. After you upgrade to the Pro plan, the steps are really straightforward. Go to Settings and select the public API. Now click on Get New Credentials and you'll get 3 things: Client ID, a client secret, and a full authorization header. Copy all 3 and paste them somewhere you can find easily, because you're going to need all of them when we build the workspace in the next step. Now if you compare this workflow to a traditional agency that charges you anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000 per month for less than 15 ads, it's simply insane that you can generate over 500 high quality ads for less than $400. And now that you have all of these softwares connected, you're literally one step away from automating the ads creation process. But for this, you need a physical place where you can store your AIs and all the work they do. So let's open up Cowork and ask it to create a folder where we can store our project. For this, you can simply type a prompt like this. Once it confirms, you can also verify it by asking this. If it lists the subfolders back to you, you're good. But if that doesn't happen, you need to go to Settings and make sure the file access option is turned on. Now the first thing you're going to store inside the Vibe Ads folder is the .mv file. This is where you'll put all the credentials you just copied from Claude and Arcads so the agent can access them whenever it needs. To do that, type this prompt, but make sure to paste your actual credentials. Then there's one more file to create, and this one is the most important thing in the entire folder. It's called Claude.md, and it's the brain of the system. Every time you open Cowork, the agent reads this file first. It contains the structure every script has to follow, a quality checklist, and the Arcads API, so it can access it easily. Without it, every session starts from scratch, and you'd have to re-explain everything. So make sure you paste in this exact prompt. I'll also leave it in the description so you can copy and paste it immediately. Now everything is stored and organized in one single place, so the AI will have no problem accessing all the files and links it needs. But if it doesn't have enough information about your product, it will definitely create poor quality ads. You just need to send one prompt to Claude. But before you actually do it, you need to adjust the template based on your current situation. It has 6 sections that you can realistically complete in just a few minutes. The first 2 are the basics, like what's your product name, what it does, the price, and where you can buy it from. Then a few questions about who your customer is and his goal. Next is one of the most important sections from this list. Here, you need to explain exactly how your customer thinks and talks. So what I'll do is paste real messages from my clients so the AI understands how they express their frustrations and thoughts. After that, fill in what makes your product genuinely different, your goals, and whether your target customers are a cold or warm audience. Once that's done, you can also decide how many ads you want to generate and their type. For this, I'll go with 20 so it can cover cold, warm, and retargeting audiences all in the same batch. And once it's saved, The AI has all the context it needs to create ads targeted specifically for your niche. But before you can actually run it, you need to make sure the file is actually loaded inside your folder. For this, you can use this prompt. The agent will read your brief and create a full plan for the 20 scripts before anything else. This is just a confirmation step, so you can make sure it understood your brief correctly before it builds everything. So if you don't like something, you can simply tell it and it'll change it. Once you're happy with the plan, let's create the script using this prompt. Now, you don't have to write it by hand. I'll leave all the resources in the description so you can simply copy and paste them. Alright, so what happens now is that the agent follows the plan and generates the scripts for the ads. And as you can see in the prompt, it actually has a quality checker. It creates multiple variations and keeps only those that get at least a 9.5 out of 10. Then it saves them as a JSON file in your scripts folder while including the awareness level, hook type, and emotion for each one. Once these are done, we'll tell the agent to choose the talking actors for the ads. I'll paste in the prompt and wait while Claude goes to ArcAds, filters the actors by the demographic that matches my customer, and picks the best 4 or 5 of them. It took us less than 10 minutes up to this point, and we're already one prompt away from generating 20 ads on autopilot. So let's paste it. Once prompt 4 is submitted, you don't need to do anything anymore. The agent polls every 30 seconds and waits for each render to finish. So this means you can walk away and enjoy your free time while the AI is working for you. So these are the results after just a few minutes. What you're seeing here is a full folder of UGC ads ready to go. Let's open one up and see if it actually holds up.
My productivity system was a project I kept procrastinating on. I spent more time setting up Notion than actually doing work. Focus Flow AI has 0 setup. You tell it your goals, it builds your day, that's it.
This result is honestly really impressive. But if you want to take this process even further and make it exponentially better over time, there's one little adjustment you can make. I call this the AI learning cycle, but instead of just explaining how it works, let's actually go through it together so you can see what's happening in real time. Right now, the agent is generating ads in the background. But before we let it run fully on autopilot, I want to create a couple of ads manually so you understand what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm going to take one of the scripts it generated right here, copy it, and head over to ArcAds to turn it into an actual video. Once I'm inside, I'll paste the script in, choose an actor that matches my target audience, and in this case, I'll go with this one right here, and then we'll generate the ad. All right, let's see what we get.
Every Friday, I'd wonder where my week went. Busy every day, productive 0 days. The issue was never motivation. I never knew what to do first. Focus Flow AI figures that out. Takes your goals, builds your whole day automatically. Clear plan every morning. FocusFlowAI.com, $9.99.
So this is the first output, and honestly, it's already pretty solid. The hook is decent, but there are still a few things that could be improved. The flow is monotonous, and the pacing slows down in the middle. Now instead of stopping here, let's generate a second variation, using the exact same script, but with a different actor, so we can compare the results.
Every Friday, I'd wonder where my week went. Busy every day, productive 0 days. The issue was never motivation. I never knew what to do first. Focus Flow AI figures that out. Takes your goals, builds your whole day automatically. Clear plan every morning. FocusFlowAI.com, $9.99.
This one already feels a bit more engaging. The tone is stronger, the delivery is sharper, and overall it just holds attention better, which shows how even small changes can make a noticeable difference. And this is exactly where most people stop. They generate a few ads, pick the one they feel is best, then move on without actually knowing why it worked. But this is where the learning cycle actually begins. What you want to do instead is take a full batch of these ads and run them for about 48 hours so you can collect real performance data like CPM, CTR, and cost per result for each variation. Then you take all of that data and feed it back into the AI agent so it can analyze what's actually working for your specific audience. At that point, the agent stops guessing and starts recognizing patterns. It understands which hooks are getting attention, which scripts are driving clicks, and which angles are actually converting. So the next batch of ads it generates is no longer based on assumptions, but on real performance data. Then you repeat the same process again, feeding it more data every time, and with each cycle, the quality of your ads keeps improving. You start getting stronger hooks, better pacing, and more direct messaging. Not because the AI magically gets smarter, but because it's learning from what actually works. And after a few cycles, you're no longer testing random creatives. You're scaling a system that's already proven to perform. And that's the difference between just using AI tools and actually building something that improves every time you run it. But all of these would be simply impossible without the API feature inside ArcAds. So if you want to create over 40 high converting ads every single day on autopilot, go sign up to ArcAds using the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.